Alrighty. Hello everybody, welcome back. So, it's the next day. I have acquired some crack and also some crack alpha masks for 3D modeling. So, we're going to see about putting together some concrete, interesting looking concrete that does not look like Fortnite. So, fascinating. I don't think I saved the project, which had the couple of brushes in it. Oh well. That's fine. We don't need this. So let's start by maybe doing a relatively large shape. And we're going to use these as kits, basically. Everything's a kit. Everything must be a kit. Okay. Okay. Shall we maybe randomize this just a touch before heading up the sculpt? Sure, okay. Woo! Sheesh. Interesting. Okay, well, I guess that's what I get. I suppose that's fine. All right. Okay, let's get where's the brush? Scrape. Okay. Plane trim, and then we're gonna make it do front faces only and maintain the starting normal as it sculpts. I think I need to look into some sort of texture library management software. When I was on a call with Cole about some sound effects for a little while back. We had, he showed me an interesting application for managing libraries of sound effects, and it has some online sound effects download capabilities if you have the login information. So it's kind of like a one-stop shop hub for textures, for sound effects. So I wonder if there's perhaps something like that for textures. Vishal, hello. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome to City 17. You have chosen or been chosen? Okay. There we go. We're gonna ignore what's happening at the bottom there. Now. Duplicate. Okay. Road cracks 01. Okay, so which one was it? I haven't unpacked some of them. I had to invert all of the maps in order for them to be compatible. Otherwise it's black on white, and that's not what we want. Okay, we have crack 57. Okay. Except we need subtractive. And we need more resolution. Yeah, I bought some alpha packs so we can get some of this done. Okay, now this is interesting. What is this? Tiled. Tile. Ah, okay. Yes, that is exactly what I want. I don't want this, no. Cool. And then we want this to be much weaker. Okay, moving the camera allows us to also shift where the tile takes place. Want to like double up. Steven, welcome. I don't know about you, but this is looking a heck of a lot better. So, you know, invest into good maps. Let's just leave it at that. Okay, let's see what else we can do here. Cracks, let's copy this. How you doing? Doing good. Doing all right. Hoping to get some of this stuff done. Textures. Alphas. Okay. Crack looking real nice now. Yeah, no shit. when I'm using the non-Fortnite painted versions, suddenly it looks great. Yeah, I did have to batch invert them, however, but it's part of the deal. Let's do this one. Okay, this one's not being. We don't paint. This one we. View plane, and then anchored. Yes. Alright, let's not overdo it. There is such a thing as too much. Okay, save this. Assets, models. I guess this would be a prop. Concrete slab. I believe I had roads already. Yeah, right there. Which, that's the old one. That's fine. Okay, maybe since we are here, we could do something about the edges looking mighty, well, boring. Duplicate this. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Ah, okay. These are not going to be inverted. Haven't done the works on them yet. Right, okay. Cracks and damage. Give me Punga. Actually, no, give me Tiff. Okay. These are like highly compressed images, because I had a 180 megabyte file that was extracted into a 4 gigabyte one. WinRAR can do some... Well, I guess it's a zip file in this case. In which case, it probably isn't going to be super compressed. Okay, at least this one looks correct. Okay, there we go. Crack 21. Or maybe grunge. Let's do grunge. Grunge 03. Okay. Maybe it's a little too detailed. Potentially. I wonder if we can limit the normal radius. Ratio between the brush's radius and the radius that it's going to use to sample the normal. Keeps using normal surface when the stroke was initiated. I guess that would be... Ah, we don't have the plane trim here. What? Fascinating. Oh, I think that's it. Yeah, so it seems like this limits the paint to relatively the same normal. So we don't get too much bleed over top there. maybe we shouldn't do this as a anchored. Let's do dot and tiled. Ah, it's not a... right. We can't do tiled because it's not a tiled image. Okay. Drag dot that is, or anchored. Because with anchored we can adjust the dimension a little bit. Oh, that's a face. Nice. Okay. That's one piece of concrete. And we tried to design it in a way where it has many interesting orientations. Might even be able to overlap some of them. So this is 500,000 vertices. Can we fit into 500? You can add these details in texturing phase. That's what I've been doing for a lot of the models before. They are still going to technically be in texturing, but the difference is that the detail will come from the baking process, not from me painting these things by hand. In painting mode, that is. I technically painted them by hand here. Okay, this is 1,000 vertices, which is, it's okay. The normal will do some of the heavy lifting here. So, there is a quality difference from my experience between these sort of details and cracks that have been painted on versus the ones that have been baked on. In the end, it's still going to be texture, but the quality tends to be quite different in my opinion, in my experience. Baking the sculpt as normal? Yes, we're going to be doing this in Substance. I don't want to waste too much texture space, so I'm actually going to make maybe 2 or 3 of these, and then we'll do the whole baking afterwards. I gotta say, the baking, sculpting, high poly, and then baking does take a bit of extra time and effort, but the final result is worth it, quality-wise. Okay. Convert to mesh. Cool beans. Oh, you know what? You know what? Let's not randomize it this time. Although, okay, I'm gonna do. Maybe I should. Yeah, that's fine. Yep, that's enough. Beautiful. All right. So, what is everybody up to nowadays? Okay, can we do a plane trim? Thinking of switching to Linux. Man, you and me both. Talk to Zoltan. Zoltan, get over here. We need your insight on Linux. He's already done the switch. Says that seems to be pretty good. I'm gonna be. I'll probably retire one of my recording machines, and then because it has like a Core i7 that is just eons better than this trash can, so I'll be using that for game dev, and this one I'll retire to do embedded programming, because that computer is just ancient as shit. And this in turn is the massive upgrade in comparison to that one. So I'll be likely testing out Linux development soon enough. So, and then apparently Linux Mint is what everyone says I should go with. Just worried about gaming. Should be okay. The funny thing is, a lot of my gaming as of late has been on the Steam Deck. So Proton has been pulling in quite a few heavy lifts. Seems to work pretty well. I fear that Linux has this particular attitude about it. It's like, we don't care if you transition to us anyways. Once you get bored enough of Windows, you'll do it on your own. So, and they kind of use that notion on not streamlining or making certain features that you usually are used to in like Windows, like very obvious, like installing an application. Yes, they have the store. They have the app store, so to speak. But if you need something that like a third party made and they didn't put it on the store, and then you download the DMG file, you can't just double click on that motherfucker and have it installed. No, you gotta either have some sort of a package manager, or you gotta go to the terminal and do some wizardry. You know, provided enough time, you'll figure it out. But shit, man. Wait till Windows 10 end of life. Yeah. Maybe just like do dual booting. If you have a second computer, maybe experiment on that. Community is kind of toxic to new users. Sounds great. Yay. What are they, all Lineage players? Or League of Legends or whatever? I have, you know, as a seasoned LOL player, I am very well versed in Arch Linux. Something to look forward to. Okay. Cool. Now, we can do the fun stuff. So let's drop this down. Filling with the new brush assets in 4.3. Brush assets? Oh, you're talking about Blender. Okay. Love this. Okay. That's pretty good. So maybe I can pick up something from the previous experience, and not everything needs to have. Not everything needs to have. Here's your coffee, Mr. Simpson. Not everything here needs to have the cracks. Just gonna place them selectively. We need to do a Discord server gaming session. Set up a server. I've been particularly fond of the forest games. But it's a little boring introducing the heathens to Jesus all by yourself. That's a gang kind of a activity, don't you think? That's a squad type of activity. Nice. Okay. Concrete plate 2. Remesh. Something I'm also thinking of doing with Dreadtail is maybe handling the lighting, fog, and volumetrics and all that good jazz as a single state system is not the best. I feel like maybe I should have a fog. I should have a separate system for volumetric. It would still be like preset based, but the preset doesn't include everything, like sun, sunlight, and fog, and background color, and everything else. Which is something that I've done. Oh, how big is this? 1,000 words. That's pretty good. It's something that I've done in Child of Ether. The fog gets adjusted manually. Oh, what happened? It's 1. This is 2. These seem to be getting larger and larger. Two. It's great. Okay. Cool. Actually, I think before I painted all this additional stuff, probably should have increased the resolution, but oh well. What's done is done. I don't think it's gonna look too much different. I tried looking at Dolly to see if it can maybe generate some of these no-name crack maps. I go to the webpage for, what is it, Dolly 2 or Dolly 3, and apparently they changed the way it works because you don't have a prompt anymore. Yeah, there's a button, a single button that says try through ChatGPT 4, and then I go to ChatGPT 4 and it says, and I tell it generate a asphalt crack alpha map, and it says I cannot generate images. Huh? I don't know what's happening. Go here, do this. I'm sorry, your princess is in another castle. Okay. There we go. Remesh. Give me the remesh. It's working on Gemini. Is Gemini a separate entity, or is it just rebranded ChatGPT? Only paid for... Oh, maybe that's what it is. Yeah, okay. I wonder if Dream Textures has gotten any advancements. Oh, that does not look right. Gemini is trained by Google in-house. Oh yeah. The overall overlords of web information. They gotta get something good. Better long context props. GPT is better in general. I see. Well, here we go. Launch substance. And then before we do this, we actually need to quickly do some very loosey-goosey UV mapping, which again, we're not really going to be doing anything fancy. It's just concrete. Half. We get half. Maybe, if we only get half, maybe we should do some smaller pieces, because this is laughable. Whoops, that's annotation. I've just dumped a giant ass load of work on myself. Well. Oh no, some of these are not cyclic. Alright. Proofreading scripts is a useful application. It's very technical, doesn't really substitute your creative flow. Hello? Can I not do this? What the? Why are you still one mesh? Oh, right, because I never actually did anything. Fill, yes. Okay, now we have to do separate by loose parts. I'm gonna try to batch it. As far as I know, we can't join a couple of objects together and then do remeshing because it's gonna attempt to join them. Can we? Let's see. Oh no, we can. Okay. Cool. Join up, buddies. Or maybe I'm thinking about meshes with holes in them. It's been raining quite a lot in the past few days, which is very upsetting because I can't sit by the fire. Can't set up a little backyard campfire. And then coincidentally, that doesn't make for best fishing weather. we're gonna need to do some crumbling concrete road. Little maybe physics simulated particles. Get them dropped on the surface so that we can blend the in-betweens of these larger islands. Okay. Okay. Ah, yes. That's right. We need to reduce. Good? Yeah. I saw an interesting photo where somebody found the building that has the crack in the wall that was used in the Mario 64 game. Apparently the building is still there, and the wall is still quite much cracked. It's nice to see that somebody's preserving our heritage. Come to visit relatives. Made a deal with the missus so that I could travel by the motorcycle. 180 miles, it was awesome. Interesting. I don't think I'd be able to do that in Belarus. Riding on the motorcycles in Belarus is akin to suicide. Everybody's driving there like they're being chased by the IRS, and the only paper shredder is on the other side of town. Or, you know, whatever the equivalent of the IRS in Belarus is. Seriously, it's it's not for beginners. This old dude makes wine. I've been to the cellar. I'm not too stable. Please send help. Falling, I can't get up. Okay, dude. This is awesome. The alphas are pretty gosh darn good investment. Okay. Now, can quad remesher by any chance do multiple objects? The heck? What is this? Empty object. Okay. Let's go ahead and rename everything. So this will be set name. Okay, that is actually looking good. Except these ones. These ones would be tiny. Small. It's the battery name shortcut. Control F2. Okay. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. All right. Moment of truth. Can quad remesher do multiple selected objects? Nope. Must select one. All right, that's fine. I'm not going to complain. It already does enough for me. This one's got to be able to fit within 500 verts. Some chunks look really good. Yeah. Especially once we bake this stuff. Oh. Okay, how big is this? 800. Come on, man. You can do better. We'll just turn off adaptive quad count. So it's forced to do 500. Join them, remesh, and then separate. Maybe it's not that big a deal. That's fine. And yes, it would mess up the naming, which isn't really a big deal. Okay. There you go. 458 vertices. That's much better. And also because it's adaptive, it prioritizes the higher detail spaces to have more vertices there. Okay. So now it's just sit back, relax, and then do this. And because I gotta bounce at 5 o'clock, I don't think stopping now and doing another pause and recording would make sense. It'll be like a 30-minute episode. Okay. I should remember to shade smooth the high polys. Mm-hmm. Okay, these ones should be good for maybe 300 polys. Uh, 333. Sure. I can't even imagine how much math must go into making this an algorithm that can retopologize and keep things at corners and edges and more or less stick to the overall shape. Alrighty. Okay, at least the naming is predictable, so we can do stuff like find replace, high, rename to low, and then retopo underscore can be cleaned entirely. Nice. Yes, okay. Cool. So naming should match. Select everything. We're just gonna shade smooth, just for good measure. And then let's export this. So this is for texturing. So assets, textures, substance. Okay, this is what is it? Not concrete, asphalt. This is... Wait. Oh, yes. No, this is correct. This is all high poly. Okay, now for this, we're gonna shade smooth still. But now we need to place it all on the same UV. U, Smart UV Project. Pack it up. Okay. 77% rate. I think that's pretty good. We'll work with it. I mean, if anything, what you could technically do is select the smaller guys. And then after this, just give them slightly more room. And I think fixed scale is what we need to click on. 78%. Maybe even scale it up. 81%. So we just penny pinch it until it starts complaining. 82%. Whoops. Oh. Number on invalid faces. Okay. It's the problem with Smart UV Project. Sometimes it balls it up. Okay. Oh, that's it. So 82% seems to be as much as we can do it. In Godot, it appears like shit. The alpha is all messed up. Oh, no. Post a... If you have a screenshot of that, post it to Discord. I'd like to take a look at that. Okay, cool. So that is going to get exported. This is low. And then we need to create a new document. We shall be texturing. Low. Oh, right. We need to double check orientation. Cool. We got lucky. We always extrude it in the right direction. Which honestly kind of makes me think, do we need these under pieces? They're always going to be hidden. Oops. We didn't really design the roads to have a usable underside. And it seems like... Oof. Okay. It seems like keeping the bottom side might not be, well, beneficial. Although getting rid of it could be prove more hassle than it's worth. Select similar, normal. Okay. Simulate by 10%. 20%. Okay, 25%. Oh, equal. Okay, so that's just me growing it. It's starting to select the underpieces. Okay. So let's try this. Select, similar, normal. We're gonna go 15%. And then maybe grow it. Actually, you know what? I don't think we have to do that. That seems too much work. We can just take these guys. We can select, let's see, any face that is underneath. So these faces. We're in edit mode. Yes. So what I'm going to do here is select every face that exists on the underside of the concrete piece. This is going to reveal where they exist on the map. There we go. Okay, then I'm going to select all of the islands. There we go. They do kind of bleed over just by a tiny bit. Well, I guess we'll see. So scale this down, because the texture space underneath those does not matter. Okay, now pack it up. Beautiful. Now we got all this space. Actually, why don't I just... There. And then the rest of the kids can play. Okay, 81%. Whoops. Okay. Seems like 82% is as much as we can get away with. Yep. %. Beautiful. Okay, so that doesn't matter. These are underneath pieces. We'll never be able to see them. We don't have to delete them. We just need to make them, well, not matter. Okay, so once again, extract low. Import mesh. All these dark faces, those are underneath faces. Loading scene. Oh. No, it was selected. Okay, I think it's processing texture set. Okay, whatever you say, whatever you do. Okay. This thing doesn't wanna play. Alright, you know what? I know a hog when I see one. Oh, save. Save, I don't like the sounds. Cool. Crash is averted. Do 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 do. New project. Low. Mm-hmm. Loading scene. What's there to load? Oh. Why is the low as big as the high poly? Selections only. Now it's correct. Okay. Blender does that sometimes. It ignores the selections only thing. Which means I gotta put a pillow over substance again. Okay. Sleep tight, sweet prince. Okay. Mm-hmm. Come on now. Okay, verify. This is 1 megabyte. There we go. That's much more like it. So now we're gonna bake. 2K. High poly. Okay, we're gonna match by mesh name. And same thing with ambient occlusion. Mm-hmm. Nice. Okay, so now we need some sort of a asphalt texture. I'm not entirely sure on the big dips. It might be okay. I guess we'll have to see in the engine. Okay, what do we have for roads? I know we have some stuff in those higher texture packs, but they're a little older. Concrete tiles. Stone pavements. But that's stone though. High poly baking works first time. What sorcery is this? It's called substance. So people know what they're doing. Yeah, I don't think this is where we're gonna find it. This is all like carved stone. Maybe that cracked asphalt could work. Okay, they have ground. I don't think ground is going to include asphalt. It's probably just going to be soil and sands. Yes. Pavements. That could work. No. Okay, these are crafted pavements. Which I think the name should probably have given away. There are pavements. They're to be paved. Nature doesn't do paving. Destruction. Ooh. Maybe destruction might have something. You don't enable triplanar with visual shader. It's something I looked into myself. You have to calculate it. I think there's a guy on YouTube who might have covered triplanar mapping in visual shader. Because it has to do with UVs and how those UVs are calculated. And the UVs have to be converted from local space to like world space. Did you get these packs from CG Access? Hell yeah. They do these sales once in a while where it's you know, it's a $600 texture pack. Buy it now for $59.99. It's like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. It's $500. Got it. So once in a while they'll do one of these massive sales where it'll be like $59 or $60 or $80 for like everything. Not the access. It will be like physical 1 through 10 or whatever the versions are. Oh, more pavements and roads. Oh. Did we hit them on the load? Yes. Okay. But these have patterns in them. We want something like this with no stripes. Because the stripes are going to give it away. We could take a clean one and then do the destruction ourselves. Some railroad tracks. Okay, if these didn't have the roads on the sides of them, that would be perfect. Okay. Humble Bundle music pack. Yeah, that works. I personally, considering that I started this whole journey with music, I don't really dig into music packs. Sound effects packs, oh, that's another question. You have Oculus Sounds, they have a 60, I think $60. One sec. Oculus Sounds says they're 80% off. Hurry, you know, before it runs out. It would be something ridiculous like this. Like $69.95 for everything. Gym. Get gym sounds. It's gonna be 300 samples of the guy go with okay. So I think I need something like this. Damaged Road 2434. Damaged road with roads. Man, if they give me this, but without the roadsides, that would be perfect. We have damaged road, this one. That could potentially work. I'll go with this one. So 2434. Okay. Roads. Huh? Damaged roads 24. What was it called? Damaged road 2434. Yeah, this one. Get the pack. There we go. Oh. What the? It's not, it's 2K and 4K. It's not square texture. That's new. I suppose that's to help break repetition. Never seen that before. If you make material, enable triplanar, then convert it to shader. Yes, but I don't think you can convert it to visual shader. Maybe. Unless they changed it. Yo, lucky, make a tutorial. There's already a tutorial on it. I'm pretty sure I've seen one, because I've been asking the same exact question myself. Ayo, ambient occlusion. We need height, normal, and roughness. Okay. Okay, so this is damaged road 24, 34. These are all textures. I'm going to make it part of the asset library. You know, I must admit, I think the amount of times I've reinstalled Windows and lost all of these custom defined packs is it's too many to count. So I feel like there's got to be some sort of a way with this sort of software where you can have a custom assets folder, and within that custom assets folder, any sort of new resources that you define, it would store it into that folder, so you can back it up, and when you set up your new installation, it would just, well, revamp everything. Unless it's, I don't think it's local cache directory. Roughness. Height. Oof. Okay. And we don't have ambient occlusion map. Okay, which does diddly squat. And then what else? What else am I missing? Metallic. I suppose there would be no metallic data here whatsoever. We have glossiness, but no, and reflections. Okay. Sure. Okay, now I think we need to set up slightly better tiling. As a matter of fact, pretty sure this is just squished. Yes, it is. Okay, so because it's a wider texture, we gotta divide the width by half, and then we can... Whoops. Okay, I guess we can't lock it. This is really shiny. And also way too much height. Let's do this. First of all, we'll add a filter. Height adjustment. We'll reduce the height a little bit. Next, we gotta do something about the roughness. Okay, I mean, this is cool and all. It's probably not what we want. Oh yes, something else. We need to make sure we use triplanar projection. Otherwise the edges don't get stitched correctly. What the heck is this? Just a random puddle. Okay. Ooh. What is that? Oh, that would this. Yeah, that's me squeezing the overall. There we go. That's what I'm supposed to do. Squeezing the dark channel. Okay. Now, as cool as this is, we are missing some stuff. Substance does work with Proton on Linux, by the way. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, this is really pixelated, though. Should we go 4K? I mean, I probably will have to go 4K because the texture... We fit way too many objects into one single map. All the normals are kind of blurry. That's probably where it's coming from. But also using 4K textures on just in general might not be such a good idea. I might be able to combine maybe two sets of maps, split up the large, medium, and small ones, mix and match them, so we try to optimize the use of texture space. Oh yeah. Why is it so blocky? What is that? It's gotta be this texture. Maybe this. Looks like that might be the case. Oh yeah. maybe that's what I was doing. I was trying to zoom in to see the microbes in the cracks. Cheap secondhand computer, cheap capture card could do the job. That's what I've been doing actually for a little while for recording. You can find a pretty cheap secondhand like office computer off of Amazon, like a refurbished. Let's see. This would be computer. Like this, like these office machines. Core i5 8500 would be more than enough, I think, for this, as long as it is an 8500. Is I've gotten a few computers and I knew exactly what I was buying. So if you're looking for a gaming computer and you get like this, you know, it's an old piece of shit and with a bunch of LGBT lights, then you know you're getting scammed. But something like this would be like a low profile thing, but you can get like capture cards, like a HD, what is it? The Hog HD 60, I think that's what it's called, or whatever the capture cards that kids using nowadays. they have a low profile bracket, so you can insert in one of these machines, and that's it. You know, it's relatively affordable, and the best part is that it provides redundancy. So if your main computer crashes, your recording doesn't go out the window. That's what I'll call RGB lights from now on. Yeah, like I embrace minimalism. So anytime I get a computer, maybe like a secondhand computer, and it's got, you know, all the light strips and light effects, I just disconnect and rip them out. I don't need the eyesore. I'll take my minimal brutalist computer. It's a tower. Is it on? Is it off? You never know. Not a single life sign. Okay. Let's do dust. Occlusion. Let's see where all the crevasses are. Oh, well, the crevasses are exactly where I thought they would be. This is really nice. It actually read the height information from the high poly mesh, and it's using it to help discern. The only question is, what should this color be? Okay, it's not too bad. Should we do green? Overgrowth? Yeah, it could potentially work. Let's see. Let's get the roughness up. Okay. You know what? I do like the highlight. Let's do this. Maybe go for blue. Not too much. Who knows? Maybe these are salt deposits. Anyways, I'm drunk. I'll pass out. See you all. Sounds good, man. Sounds like a plan. Okay. We're gonna wrap it up here anyways. I just need to get the dirt. Just final last minute touches. That's what I need. Okay. Hey, now that's looking pretty cool. You're making a map? That's exactly what I'm doing. These are asphalt pieces that I'll be using to build out the locations like this truck stop or car stop, pit stop. I actually figured I should rename this thing to be Pete's Pit. Pete's Pit. That'll be perfect. It's like armpit. The seasoned connoisseurs of the channel will recognize the supple humor. Okay, so that's fine. I don't think we need to do really too much of anything else here. Maybe I can do edge just to see what that looks like. Oh wow. Oh hell yeah. Oh, this looks awesome. It's like a highlight. Yeah. Maybe it should be warm. Okay, there you go. That looks pretty dang good. Okay, now I'm not gonna export it here. I'm actually just gonna save this, and in a little bit we'll come back and we'll finish up, get these exported, get these into the project, and yeah, see how it looks. All right, I'll be back in about maybe a couple of hours. Cool. All right. Thanks, fellas, for the company. We'll be back.